We're going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. We finally reached February. But yeah, man, we got 2 more months to go. Once we got to reach the 28th seed, probably got what, like, let me show y'all right quick. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games. We got 11 games to play. Hopefully we could end the February mark and go through March. The only thing we got to go through is the long season. So it's a game every time. So I don't know how many times we got to play them back to back. But yeah, man, we are going to continue striving to beat every single month. I'm trying to get this junk over with. It's a good time to play 2K17. So I'm on the grind right now. But yeah, man, after we reach the April mark, it's time for the playoffs.
And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Detroit, where the Pistons will be going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, for the Pelicans, we're seeing a team now that looks like it's hitting its stride. Just as we're getting through the dog days of the midseason, they're playing best basketball. Well, the Pistons took a big risk by giving all that power to Stan Van Gundy. But right now, he has Detroit on the right path. Shaq, any words for your former coach?
Well, I called him a master of panic a long time ago. He said something to me. I said something like, Artie, smack you and I'll smack you back. But now they have a coach that fits the city's mentality, hard work and defense.
Yeah, man, we almost done with the game, man. It's time for the playoffs. It's almost time for the playoffs, guys.
They have some really good young players mixed with veteran talent, and they're playing solid and relying on those strengths.
Have you got a good Stan Van Gundy impersonation?
No, because I can't yell. I got bowled in the throat one time by Rick Fox. That's what my voice sounds like this all the time. I can't yell. Watch.
Oh, when you close your eyes, it's almost like hearing Stan Van Gundy.
Oh, wow. That's great.
That's all for now. Thanks for tuning in.
Denver, what are you doing, man? St. Luke's, man, what's up? You know we have a weight room for that, right? Yeah, whatever, man. I got 8 more days left in this contract, man. I got to be in tip-top shape. All right, well, just don't hurt yourself. Whatever, Fred.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brett Beard. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. Fans here in Detroit ready to cheer on their Pistons in this interconference match, getting their first look of the season at this Pelicans team. They lost both of the matchups in this interconference battle a season ago. They'd like to change that now.
And they had some trouble with this group a year ago, and it's a bit of a head scratcher as to why, given the way both teams ended the year.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, Stan Van Gundy remains one of the most demanding coaches in the league. Dwight Howard played 5 seasons for him and gave Van Gundy a lot of credit for the growth of Pistons big man, Andre Drummond. He's going to push you to the limit, said Howard. His whole method is to get the best out of you. Throughout all the yelling and noise, you have to listen to what he's trying to say. Kevin?
At times, a contentious relationship between Howard and Van Gundy, but you see the respect there, sir. Thank you. Ray, you look up and down both these rosters, and these are incredible athletes on both sides.
So we expect, Kevin, that we're going to get some great highlight plays out in transition here, and you're going to see the court shrink up a little bit for some of the offensive players.
How about the most athletic guy you ever faced?
John Barry? No, I'm kidding, Kevin. I'm kidding.
I like that answer, though, yeah. If he's listening, I'm sure he is.
Yeah,
you know, Jordan, LeBron, who?
The most athletic player I ever faced was Kobe Bryant in his prime.
I like that answer. And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Holiday and Hield team up in the backcourt. Zeller is out there with Omer Usher, and it's Evans in at the 3 slot. Now here's Evans, trying to find Usher, gets it to him, and off there. He misses his first shot of the night. Harris kicks to Jackson. Harris outside. outside. Three-pointer. Harris misses. Detroit on D. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Impressive total production here for a team playing in a hostile environment on the road. They looked awfully comfortable.
4 on the shot clock. Outside Holiday. He can't get it to go.
A little bit surprising he hasn't connected on at least one of his 3 shots yet, but he's going to keep shooting.
On the way, Harris. Covered by Evans. A 15-footer. That one goes in.
And they get the first bucket of the game on that one.
Nice way to start off. Let's see if they can keep that rolling.
Holiday, the pass to Hield. Evans outside. Holiday, no one around him. Again, Holiday missing. So it's the Pistons now.
For the Pelicans, the way that their roster is constructed, they can play big or small. The question is, which lineup works best? They have players who are great at one end, but can hurt you on the other. That's just a tricky balance.
Here's Hield, and he converts the layup.
And off the schneid here, 1 of 5, but that's a big one.
Pelicans on D. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And Kevin, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
Absolutely no drop-off offensively with the second unit on the floor. Their bench was a huge catalyst for them to get that win.
Here's Hield, following the basket by Contavious Pope. Ashik dishes to Holiday. That shot, no good. Good D by Drummond. And the Pelicans can load up in the middle. They can space the floor. Brent, what do you think suits them the best?
We always look at the matchup first, Kevin, but ultimately a team has to become very confident in what it is that they can do and not concern themselves with the other team. I think they're best at spacing the floor and using Anthony Davis's quickness on the perimeter and in the transition game to really take it at teams.
Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope. There's 1:38 left to play in the first. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one's on Evans. And one thing the Pistons have been doing in recent times is honoring the members of the 2004 championship team. Retired several numbers, and rightly so. That team was special.
And that 2004 had a great cast of characters, many of whom found a rebirth with the Pistons. That team helped continue the us against the world feeling that the franchise had in the bad boy there. Hard to express just how much that team meant to the city of Detroit.
And the Pelicans, since drafting Anthony Davis, have taken an impatient approach, trading away picks for veteran players.
I think they're being somewhat patient. I mean, you got Anthony Davis there, and so that's going to invite some players who become free agents to play alongside Kevin, a star that's going to create easier opportunities as he gets better. Moving forward,
in February,
consider whether they tapped out the upside of their roster.
Now here's more. 9 points last game. Outside Hill. Kicks it to Cunningham. Just 5 to shoot. Here's more. The bounds. Detroit takes possession. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Pistons.
Get some more salads,
And they
man.
love to spread the floor with
I'm making
a
this,
lot
man.
of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
Pistons leading by 6. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Johnson gets to Young. Jacks up a 3. And Young just drilling the 3 there. Nice look.
And that's the shot that's dropping for Young when he is playing with confidence.
51 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's more. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Moore's got his first points of the night.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
Harris kicks to Marjanovic. Dishes to Johnson. 5 to shoot. Here's Harris. Here's Marjanovic. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Moore against Harris. Now here's Moore. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. They set the pick. Here's Ellington, and he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick.
The pick definitely could have been better, didn't fully commit to it, but it was still just enough to get his teammate enough room to knock down the shot.
And so the first quarter is in the books. It's Detroit. They lead by 7. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills. And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
They've carved out a nice little advantage here, really by dictating the pace early on.
Pistons leading by 7. And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for New Orleans right now, Solomon Hill is out there with Cunningham. Then there's Terrence Jones. Then there's Etuan Moore. And it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. Bring you won titles in San Antonio. They led the way, but it seems like nowadays smaller market teams are becoming just as competitive as the ones in big cities.
I think for guys, they understand watching these small market teams over the course of the last 10, even 15 years, seeing the success that the teams are having, not only on the floor winning championships, but individually where these players show up. They're showing up in commercials. They've got their shoe deals. So the idea of the mass market has gone away. You can have the same kind of exposure, Kevin, as long as you're on one of those 30 NBA teams. They're going to find you.
So much is on TV. You talked about this before. So much is online. Every game is seen. Every player is talked about.
Yeah, there's no way that you can hide from that kind of exposure. So guys who are looking at teams in the future of where it is that they'd like to play the game, big cities really aren't mattering as much to them anymore.
The Pistons making a change here. Harris is checked in. And then for New Orleans, Zeller comes in for Dante Cunningham. And Hield subbed in for Etuan Moore. And Harris drops them both. And just to rush it out for this game, they have made the decision to bring Denver Levins in on a 10-day contract. Looks like he's back with the team.
And a wrinkle about this story is the rest of the team specifically asked for Levins to return. Even though he didn't play, they wanted his presence on the bench and in the locker room.
Lure is checked in for Detroit. Pistons leading by 7. On the wing, Harris. He started by Hill. And outside, ring shot on the way. You can't get that one. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pistons raised a few eyebrows when they took Stanley Johnson with the 8th pick overall in 2015. Now, he's a great athlete, but some thought there were better basketball prospects available. Stan Van Gundy says what you've got to bank on is a player's work ethic and commitment to being great. There's just something about him. He is a great competitor. Kevin?
And he's built like a tank. GA, thanks. Thank you very much.
Shoot two.
And that one falls for Jones.
Alvin, one of the best in the league at drawing up plays to free up a shooter. He's been doing that his whole career.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Contavious Caldwell Pope comes in for Young, and it's Ish Smith in for Harris. And a change for the Pelicans. Evans is checked in. And he can't hit the second. And Greg Gentry usually leads the league or is right at the top of it in terms of points out of timeouts.
It may sound like a silly stat, Kevin, but you think about it. When it is that coaches call these timeouts, usually they're either losing momentum or the other team is, and to come back with a play that gets you an efficient, good look at the basket for a score, that's impressive stuff.
New Orleans making a switch here. Ashik's checked in. On the free throw, no good. Pelicans trail by 8. In the corner, it's Healed. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. One-on-one fast break. Here's Harris. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Harris has got 4 this quarter.
Good eyes, found the open man and delivered an accurate pass.
And Holiday kicks to Zeller. Here's Healed. Coming off a stellar performance against Toronto. Zeller passes to Asher. Outside Holiday. At the top of the key, Healed. Now the dish to Asher. There's the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Healed kicks to Asher. Detroit with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
Here's Smith. Holiday with the defensive effort.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Just think about Tyreek Evans and his versatility playing the 1 through 3 spot. I think point guard, though, Kevin, might be his best position. So dominant physically down there, not only off the bounce, but can go down and post up. That's where he makes the most of his production.
And here is Morris. Following the 3 from Drew Howard. Smith dishes to Lillard. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. And the Pistons lead by 9.
I'm watching Ish Smith watch his teammates. Great swing to the wide open man for the uncontested shot.
Evans passes to Ashik. And the layup's good off the glass. Ashik's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, nicely done. Finding good opportunities inside. Priority 1.
Caldwell Pope with it. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Smith against Holiday. Caldwell Pope kicks to Morris. Lure dishes to Harris. And here's Morris for 3. Another 3 for Detroit.
You really have to challenge him when he lines up from deep, or he's going to bury you.
Here's Healed. Rebound by the Pistons.
Yeah, man, this game would shift drastically if he was on tonight and making those shots that we normally see him hit.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They are a huge edge in that category.
Yeah, great ball movement and patience. They're working hard for those good looks.
Here's Holiday. Following the basket by Contavious Caldwell Pope. From the arc. Healed, can't hit.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
The 11-footer and too long on the shot.
They can't ask for a better look than that. He just has to knock that one down, plain and simple.
The shot by Evans, nobody around. Hands it from downtown. Evans has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, Evans showing a little bit more range there, able to step out behind the line.
Smith outside. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Off the pick. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with the miss.
Yeah, and I think that's the shot they were scheming to create on that possession. Painful, it didn't go down.
And so we wrap up the first half. Pistons lead by 9. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
All right, gentlemen, hustle up. That was a great first half. I love the energy, fellas. I really do. But now we got to keep it up and stay focused. Do not let up, gentlemen. Play with the same enthusiasm. Let's get this W.
Welcome back to the Palace at Auburn Hills. That's a look at the Renaissance Center, which dominates the skyline in downtown Detroit. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. You look at Tobias Harris. He has really been playing well.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
Might also look at the coach and his game plan in terms of trying to find those good looks. They'll be looking to do the same here down the stretch.
Well, I think they've always said speed, Brent, is a premium in this game of basketball.
Well, it's amazing by position who it is you think about, Kevin, with regards to their speed, because power forwards in this game today can take some long strides and really start a fast break with just a couple of steps. Probably one of the tougher covers in the league is Draymond Green in Golden State, with the way that he can play multiple positions and use his quickness against some of the big guys who try to defend what it is that he offers up.
Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. Andre Drummond is out there with John Lewis. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. That's the group starting the second half for Stan Van Gundy. Now here's Hield. The shot missing. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. Pistons leading by 11. Harris outside. Here's Drummond. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Detroit shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Pelicans trail by 11. Here's Holiday. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Caldwell Pope outside. It's Drummond, high post. Nice ball movement by Detroit. From past the arc. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Hield. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, such a quick trigger there. Hield able to hit even with a hand in his face. And you love the story of Buddy Hield. Grew up in a very rough neighborhood of 8 Mile Rock in the Bahamas. The 5th of 7 children. A very humble upbringing. He made his own basketball hoops out of plywood and plastic crates when he was a kid.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
And there's the pass to Washington. At the top of the key, Hield. Zeller setting the pick for Holiday. And it's sent back by Drummond.
Well, no way this is the start they wanted for the second half. Their offense better start getting it going soon. 1 of 4 here is not cutting.
And the story for Buddy Hield, one of hard work and overcoming adversity. He seems, Brett, like a great fit for New Orleans.
You know, for them to go out and get a ready-made shooter and scorer on the wing, who also has a bit of there to himself and certainly some positivity, Hield checks a lot of boxes.
4 on the clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Holiday with the 3, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And a different look here for the Pistons. Marjanovic checked in for Lure. Stanley Johnson comes in for Tobias Harris. Young's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Harris subbed in for Reggie Jackson. The Pelicans also changing it up. Jones checked in for Cody Zeller. Solomon Hill comes in for Drew Holiday. And Ellington is subbed in for Hield. From 10 feet out, no good off the back of the rim. Pelicans trailed by 15. Hill drives in. Wasted no time on that one. Hill's got his first basket of the night. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And here is Harris. Over to the left wing. There's a screen by Marjanovic. Passes it to Young. 6 to shoot. Tries from 10. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. And the Pistons lead by 15.
Yeah, and just superb work there by Young. So unselfish with the basketball. Really likes getting the ball to his teammate.
He really can time those perfectly. What an assist.
The Pistons have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. To the wing right side. Drummond passes to Marjanovic. Young left side. Count it from 12. Young's got 5 now.
A sensational focus. Young not letting the D affect his jumper at all. What a gifted shooter.
Mark, bring it in. Take a seat. Listen up. We have these guys back on their heels. And now they're playing like they're desperate. Just keep squeezing that orange juice, gentlemen.
But don't be surprised about his skills. He is a great passer.
And showing himself to be a big-time finisher inside, but Marjanovic also has a soft touch.
Yeah, just watch him, Kevin. When he steps to the free throw line, he'll show off that soft touch for you. The question marks, I think, more are at the defensive end. Can he make the right read? Does he have the quickness to swallow up guys driving to the basket? And probably most importantly, stay out of foul trouble.
Dante Cunningham's checked in for New Orleans. Etwan Moore comes in for Tyreke Evans. Left in the third quarter. To the middle, picked up by Hill. It's stolen by Marjanovic. And now the Pistons fast break. Harris has got the ball. And that one's good. Marjanovic. And the Pistons lead by 17.
He does not play the score. I mean, he's going to continue to work his tail off on the glass and make plays just like that.
That's the kind of guy who does things that breaks the backs of their opponents because they're about wanting it more than the other guy you're up against.
Now here's Johnson. 17-point lead, their biggest. Here's Harris. Offensive rebound. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
2-1. Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Pistons have missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4 of 7 from the foul line tonight. Free throw, no good for Drummond. Pelicans trailed by 19. Hill with it. And it's Johnson picking him up. No good from Moore.
Well, he really T-Rexed that one, guys, short-arming it. He should have taken more time to make sure he was comfortable shooting it.
Left outside, Harris cans the 12-footer.
It really can't fault the D there. It's just twitching them with better offense.
Three-pointer Ellington. That shot misses. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's Detroit as they end the third quarter with a huge surge, an 18-6 run. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Let's take a listen now to Alvin Gentry.
Can't get our heads down, all right? We just got to get something out of this. I mean, it's a long, long season. So we still got to have something positive to come out of this.
Moments ago, Alvin Gentry just wants these guys to compete.
And at a certain point, you're just hoping to kind of rebuild your confidence. Make a play or two, something, anything to just build some momentum.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Well, not too many current or former NBA players can say this, but you can, Brent. You've been in a movie. How was it getting involved in the Jerry Maguire movie? And do you have any more plans to be on the big screen?
I have more plans to go to movies, Kevin, than to be in the movies. Somehow, some way, I got a phone call from somebody that said, we need you to come down here. And I know the backstory to it. Cameron Crowe is from Seattle. I met Cameron Crowe several times. And he said, Brent, I got a part for a basketball player. How about a movie? I said, cool. Then he said, how about a movie with Tom Cruise? I said, even better. And then he said, how about a movie about a sports agent with Tom Cruise and you'll be in the scene with him? And I said, what time?
How many lines did you have in that movie?
Oh, I nailed it. One line, Kevin. One line, one take, Jake. And there was a kid there that was in the same scene. It was about signing some basketball cards. And the little boy was suffering from a cold that day. And Tom Cruise could not have been nicer. In fact, gave the kid some heat.
That's a great story. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Wayne Ellington is out there with Etuan Moore. Then it's Cunningham. And there's Hill. And it's Jones in at the center, knocking down the middle. Well, for New Orleans, shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. Moore outside. Young against Hill. Back to Moore. And he gets the bucket.
That's great recognition.
Great job, guys. Nice work. Take a seat now. Let's talk. I like what I see out there, fellas. We're playing like we wanted more than them. Remember, you're my Pippen and you're my Jordan. Finish this game like they will.
I enjoyed that rule as well, Kevin. I mean, you're 18 years old, 19 years old, and you decide to do something and you can't take it back. I don't think that's a good lesson to teach the youth of America, and so I'm with the rule. I think one interesting thing that we could also look at is if a player comes out for the NBA draft and gets drafted and then wants to go back to school for another year with the team holding that player's rights.
We've seen that before in the old days.
Absolutely. Larry Bird is probably the guy we all point to,
Yes.
going back and playing his final year at Indiana State and then joining the Boston Celtics. That is something that I think the league is going to think about once again and maybe implement for the collegiate player.
Different look here for Detroit. Lewis checked in for Marjanovic. Harris comes in for Young, and it's Contavious Caldwell-Pope in for Harris. New Orleans also making some changes. Zeller is checked in for Cunningham. Hield comes in for Etuan Moore. And it's Holiday in for Wayne Ellington. Now here is Harris. He kicks to Drummond. Caldwell-Pope outside. The Pistons working the ball around now. Lets it go with the three. Drills the three-pointer.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And some of that discrepancy is due to better shot selection. It's really that simple. But I also think they've made more contested shots.
And here's Jones following the three-pointer from Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Just 5 to shoot. Screen by Jones. Zeller. Detroit with the rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Stolen by Holiday. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Omer Ashik, he's checked in for Jones. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Now here's Heald. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Zeller dishes to Hill. Clock at 4. And Holiday kicks to Hill. Here's Zeller. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And I know you like the NBA D-League, growing to over 20 teams this season. Every team now will have their own D-League affiliate. It makes so much sense on so many levels.
I think it's awesome that we're going to eventually get to 30 teams in the D-League so that every coach has the opportunity to develop his players. You're going to have an assistant coaching staff and a head coaching staff at the D-League that's using the same exact language that you're going to hear if you move up and get 10 days with the big ball club or eventually sign a contract for the rest of the season. That fluctuation for players and for the franchises is going to be very, very beneficial.
The quality of the player coming up through the D-League now has never been better either.
No, he's had some great success stories with D-League players coming up and playing some important roles throughout the course of the regular season. But these affiliations, Kevin, directly with the big ball club are going to pay some huge dividends.
Outside Jackson. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
It's hard to believe he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
If not better. He's a phenomenal finisher.
No doubt. His success converting around the rim is largely due to the one thing he does better than most, and that is fly. Oh, nicely done. Finding good opportunities inside. Priority 1.
Harris outside. Drummond up top. Ashik defending. Here's Caldwell Pope with the drive. He gets it in there. Caldwell Pope's got 9 points here in the second half.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Pistons.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. You kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It'll go down as their 48th win.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone. And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Caldwell Pope.
I don't know, felt like he just had complete understanding of the entire offense tonight and knew how to gain advantage on every possession. Just a smart, savvy performance at that end of the court.
And as far as Ashik's value offensively, mostly working without the ball in his hands. Brett, a great offensive rebounder, and he's a prolific and terrific screen setter.
But really, he's a very limited 5-man, as you mentioned. A good screen setter, but not great hands on the inside unless he's controlling offensive rebounders. No question that he's out there for both defense and rebounding.
Real good, Ashik.
At 7 feet, Ashik is known for his outstanding defense and ability to both block and alter shots.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. And then for New Orleans, Dante Cunningham's checked in for Zeller. Ellington comes in for Heald. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for Drew Holiday. And so Ashik nails both of them. And the Pelicans surrendering a 2015 draft pick that turned into Sam Dekker in exchange for Omer Ashik. Not a bad trade for a starting center.
Yeah, for a team that lacked a proven center after they gave up Robin Lopez, it made a lot of sense. And they doubled down on Omer and gave him a new $60 million contract in 2015. They hope that he's the answer inside and to play some minutes alongside AD.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
Yeah, and good to see that these guys are excited, gave their all, and then some. This is the result of all that hard work.
Well, shot's good from Evans.
And they're on the kind of run that could have made a difference had it just started a little earlier.
Yeah, it feels like this one's in the books. The only opportunity left is to try and fix some issues that were exposed tonight.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you next time.
You know why they can't cut me? I got a good nickname now. Crash.
Crash? Why crash?
I crash parties. I do what's unexpected. Boom, bam, crash.
Oh, all right, Crash.
See? Now if they try and cut me, they're cutting me because they're hating on my creativity. Think about it.
All right, so next episode we'll be going up against the Timberwolves. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 more games to finish up, and we should be in March lately. Once we finish February, we should be good in March. We gotta play a lot of games in March though, but once we get done with March, we'll be good. But yeah, man, we got 10 games left in February, so we're going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Stay tuned for that. I'll probably upload tomorrow. But yeah, man, I had a good time playing this game. I'm not giving up or nothing. I just don't like to make bad shots consistently. I like to improve in my game plan with coach, make them proud, and, you know, do better on the court. And if I have to take the shot, then I'm trying to make green lights with the shot meter. But yeah, man, hopefully y'all enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe.